In this video, we are going to solve a very interesting problem. Means you have been given the two arrays A and B, and both arrays are the sorted, and you have to find out the median after merging the two arrays. So you must be thinking it's very easy, right? So what you have to do, you make the two for loop that will go from, suppose this is the m length and this length is the n, anything m and length. Then you have to go from the I from 0 to m and I 0 to n, and make another array, C array, that will be sorted, right? So 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 14 and 15, and from this array you will find out the median, right? So in this case, if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because this is the 6 length and 4 length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 5 this side and 5 this side. So if this is the even number, so what you will do, you will do the 7 plus 8 divided by 2, and this is the 7.5, and you can give the answer. So in that case, if you see the complexity, your complexity will be the ON square, right? Because you have to do the 2 for loop. But to solve this problem is given that you have to use maximum m plus n complexity. So then of course this brute force approach will not work. So you have to think something different. So how we can think that? So first, think the normal way. So even though if you will do the normal way to solve, so you have to find out this array. So what we will do that, we will not make this array, but we will think this array, how without making this array we can find out this structure. So what we have to do that, if you see this side we have the 5 element and this side we have the 5 element, right? And also if you see carefully, in this 5 element we have the some element from A array and some element from B array, right? Because if you see 2, 3 and 7, this 2, 3, 7 is from the A side, right? This is from the A, and this 4 and 6 is from the B array, right? So this left side, if you can see, this is the complete left side. In the left side we have the array from the A and B, and if you see the right side also, if you consider these are the right side, right? So if you see here 8, 12 and 15, this from the A side, and 9 and 12 is from the B side, right? So if you see, actually we have the 4 division. Here we are making the 4 part, means we are also dividing the array somehow according to diagram. This till 7 is the part of the left side, and after 7 is part of the right side, right? And the same way, if you see for the B array, till 6 is from the left side, and after 6 this is from the right side, right? So the moment you can get this marking, somehow if I can get this marking, that might be easy to find out the median, right? How it is easy to find out the median? So if you see that, so what is the minimum between these two? So what is this is the left side, right? And this is the right side. So in the left side, the max part is the 7 and the 6 from the both. So what is the minimum from, what is the maximum from the left side? So between 7 and 6 you have the 7, and from the right side, what is the minimum between 8 and 9? 8. So you can again make the median. So without going through the 2 for loops, right? Again I am telling that my complete approach and my way of solving this problem, somehow if I can find out this marking, then we can get it. So what we can do? So if you see here, how you can say this marking is perfectly fine marking? So because if you see here, these are the sorting. So of course 7 would be less than the 8. So no need to check. But if you see here, the complete part means before this line, all the element must be lesser than the other element of the right side, right? So if you see the 6, 7 must be less than the 8, 9. So whatever the element we have this side, it must be the lesser than from the this side. Okay, so and no need to check because 7 must be the lesser than the 8 because this is sorting error. So you have to comparison between these two elements. So this 7 must be less than the 9 because 7 is the part of the left side, and this 6 is must be less than the 8. So you have to compare the left side array of A. What is the maximum of the left side? So if you see, if you give this name, so we have to give the 4 name, right? This 1, 2, 3, 4. This 4 element name you have to give. So suppose this is the 7, 8, 6, 9. So this is from the left side and this is from the right side. This is from the A array, this is from the B array, right? So I will give any name. I can say that this is the A left max, right? For this A left side, this is the max. A left side, this is the max. This 6, I will give name B left max. This 8, we will give the name A right side minimum, right? This is the minimum. And this one is the B array right side, this is the minimum, right? This is the 4 things we have to find out. That we will see how we find out. And if your 7 is less than the 9, means A left max is somehow less than the B right minimum, and this B left max is less than the A right minimum. The moment you find out this one, then you have this kind of array, and then you can immediately find out what is your dimensions. Okay, this is the background. Let me do how we can do that. Okay, so just bear with me some few minutes and you will be able to find out what I am going to do here. If you see here, we can able to find out, okay, this is my marking, but when you do the coding, that time I would not have this solution. So what would be our approach? Our approach is that, suppose if you think that my marking is from the 8, right? If you think you marking, suppose if you think you marking from the 8 and this side is 5, this side is 5. So if you think that you're marking, just imagine, right? So what would be the condition then? Then this side is 2, 3, 7, 8, and this side is the 12 and 15. And that we know, this side maximum you can have the 5, right? This side you can have the maximum 5, and this side you have the 5. Not the maximum, 5 must be there, because when you have make through the manually, you can see the left side is 5, right side is the 5. So if you putting your marking here to find out the actual partition, so you took the 2, 3, 7, 8. So you have already taken the 4 element, you have only remaining the 1 element. That one you can take from here, right? 4. The same way you have the 12 and 15 from the upside, so downside you have to take the 3. So you can take the 6, 9 and 4. Right? This is the one possibilities. Suppose if it is not working, because what we have to check, this element must be lesser than and equal to this element, and you can see it is not working. So what I will do that, of course this is the greater than the 6. Try to understand. If this is greater, so we have to move here, right? Means we have to push 8 to that side to make this number should be the lesser somehow, right? Because 8 is the maximum. So what is the possibilities for the next combination? So 2, 3, 7, we are sending the 8 that side, so 12, 15. The moment you send the 8 that side, I need the 5 element. So automatically the 6 will come here. So if any adjustment you do here, in array A, automatically it will happen the B, because I need the 5 this side and the 5 this side. So the moment you send the add right side, it become the 3. So to make it 5, I have to take the 6 from right side to the left side. So it become the 4 and 6. So what is the remaining here? Remaining here is the 19, 14. Now you check it. So is this lesser than or equal with this number? Yes. This is lesser than and equal with this number? Yes. I can say this is my perfect number. So how you can move left right? And suppose in initial, if you could have, you thought that imaginary number should be here. So in that case, your structure would be like this, right? 2, 3, then 7, 8, 12 and 15. To make the 5, you need the 4 more here, 3 more digit, 4, 6 and 9, and this side is the 40. Suppose that I will come on this picture. So now if you see here, this number should be less than with this 7, right? And it is not happening. So what you will do? You have to move this number, so automatically this number should be come here. Yeah, otherwise, if you think this number, if you want to this number to this number, this side, then 7 will come here and 9 will go there, and your adjustment would be the right? So if you case here, it was the maximum, so you can move your the pointer left side. If suppose is the 3, then you have to move the pointer right side, because this 3, if it is greater than, if it is less than with this number and this is not matching, so you have to move right side, right? So then you should 7 to bring it here. So you should know that how to move the left side and how to move the right side. So just I want to recall one thing. If you remember about the binary search, right? When we study the binary search, and binary search is also, we can only happen with the sorted array, right? So suppose if I have this number 2, 3, 7, 8, 12 and 15. In binary search, suppose if you have to find out the 12, how you used to do that? We keep this row here and high here, right? Row is the here and height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. High is to 6. And we used to find out the medium, right? Mid. And mid you used to do that. Row plus high is equal to 2. And then if suppose this is the array A, then array A of the mid, we used to check whether greater than or less than or equal with your desired number. If suppose your desired number is, suppose we are here, right? If your desired number is the right side of the mid, so suppose in this case 0 plus 6, 3, so this is the mid. But whatever your number searching, that is on the right side. So what you used to do that? So we make our row here, how? With mid plus 1 and high is there. If you searching the number that is on the left side, so what you used to do that? If you want to pointer the right side right now, so making that the high, making is the row is equal to mid plus 1. If your searching number is here, is if you have to move the pointer left, what you used to do? Keep the row here, make the high this side. So mid plus 1, right? This we used to do that. So we can do the same thing here also. How you can do that? If you want to move the left side, so what I will do? Whatever the medium we have, that if you want to move the left side, what I will do? I will make starting row is 0, high is on the length of the array. If you want to move the left side, I will make the change of high. If you want to move the right side, I will change on the row. That will be seen in the code there. But keep in the mind, both side must be the 5. Okay. So our medium, for this medium, for the array 1, for this medium is equal to, is very easy to find out, row plus high by 2. But how you can find out the B medium? It's very easy. So suppose in this case, this is the 0, this is the 6, it got the 3. Median for the array 1. And total, if you see, I have the 10 element. So I have the, if you see, m plus n. I have the 10 elements. So of course, in the left side, I have the 5. Out of this 5, we have taken from the 3 from the array 1. So how much we have to do? So if you say mid 1 is, or mid A, for the median A, so mid B must be m plus n minus mid A. So in this case, 10 divided by 2. If you do the divided, you come here. So out of 5 minus 3, so it becomes the 2. So you will get the 2 here. So I mean to say, the moment you change one element, it will automatically change everywhere, right? So again, in the short, and one more thing. So you are making the mid because m plus 1. 6 plus 4 is the 10. 10 divided by 2 is the 5. But suppose if this is the odd number. So to avoid any odd and even, say the precaution and use the m plus n plus 1. So it will be handy for the odd number and the even number. So in short, what you have to do, we see in the code, make the low here, high here, first step. High is equal to m, what is the length of this? And then find out the mid 1, then find out the mid B. The moment you find out the mid 1, mid B, then you have to find out this number, right? So I explain you, right? A side wrapped max. So now once you get the mid, so how you will get that? The A wrapped max. You have to find out this one. So how we can get it? Simple. A, if this is the mid is 6, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3. So I want the mid here. So you can see that mid A minus 1. Simple. If you have to find out the B wrapped max, you have to take from mid B minus 1. Because we have to find out all the 4 elements, right? Again, for the A, right side mean A, mid A plus 1. So in this way we can find out that. But one corner case here. So suppose for adjusting the mid, low and high, sometime it could be happen that, all the, here is the empty. How you can get the empty? Suppose, imaginary case, 2, 3, 7, 8, 12, it will come this side. Or the 5 side is done. So we will not have anything. And we have to make the 5. So it will become the 4, 6, 9, 14. So here is the empty. So once you get the empty, means this is the empty element. So then how you compare between these two that? So that is the corner case. That time if you have the any empty, you make the integer minimum value. For the left side, if you missing anything from this side, then you have to integer maximum value. This is the corner case that we see in the code. And yeah, this is the everything is fine. One more thing is that, so suppose if this is the structure, this is the structure, right? 2, 3, 7 here. So if you got this way, structure perfectly fine. 2, 3, 7 and the 4, 6, right? So now if you have to find out that if the total A plus B is the even number, in that case what you have to do, already I explain you, take the maximum from this side 7, take the minimum from this side 8 and make the add and the half. But if this is the case of the, suppose if I would have the one more number 20, then you can see that, so what is the then one, this is 8 is the number, right? 8 would be the number, division is different. In that case you just find out what is the maximum of this only 2 part and you will get your number in the case of the even number. So whatever I explain you, let me show in the code, then whatever the doubt you have, you might be clear through the coding part, right? It's very easy. Just only you have to make one imaginary picture in your mind how I can get the marking. Means you have to divide the array in B in such a way that the maximum of the A website is the less than equal to the minimum of the B right side element. So this should be minimum with lesser than this number, and this should be lesser than this number. If you find out that marking, then it's very easy to find out the median. Let me show in the code how it works. So we do first take the length of the both array. So I will take nums1 and in n put the nums2. And then take into row that keep on the 0 and in take high that will be keep into the m, right, as you decided. So we do all the binary search operation only on the first array, in this case of the nums1 array, right? And then we have to run our until unless I row is the less than the I. The same thing how to use to do in the binary search, right? And first and foremost find out the mid one. So mid one how we do row and high divided by 2. And how to find out the mid 2? Mid 2 means for the second array. So I will discuss that, right? So take the complete length of the both array divided by 2. I will get the half. In half we have already taken the mid nums1 array mid. So we do the -1. So what I will do, take the length of the both array divided by 2, and then how much we required after deducting from the array 1. This is the mid one. But as I explained you, if you add +1, it will take care for the both even and the odd. Even after total element would be the even or the odd, it will take care. So no need to do anything. So once I will got this mid 1 and mid 2, then we have to find out the 4 important element, right? Left side max and the right side max of the both array. So again give the name that first array, or you can say the first array left max, right? So what I will do, second array left max, as we discussed, we'll find out the 4 element, right, from where we can divide. Second array right mean and first array right mean and take the second array right mean, right? So how we do that? First array mean, so as we discussed that the thing, this is the nums1 and take the mid 1 -1, right? So this is the first one. And the second case, the same thing from the different array nums2, and in the case we have the mid 2, right? And for this case it is the just mid 1, and here in this case it is just a mid 2, right? So now we got the 4 element, but we have some corner cases. Suppose there is no any element, means when you do the high and row settings, so you get the empty element, right? There is no any element in the website. So what you do that? In that case you have to check if mid 1 become 0. In that case what we can do, we can keep some maximum minimum number, right? So it is easy to the compare. So integer dot min value, right? The same thing we can do for the other array also, right? In the case of the mid 2. But in the case of the second part, what could be happen, that we have to, if it is not there, we can take the maximum value of the integer. And how we can find out if it is not there? So suppose your mid reach the maximum. So let me see here. If your mid 1 is become equal to the m, means your mid become the at the end of the array, right? Keep the binary search in the mind. In that case what we have to do, integer dot max value, right? And then do the same thing for the second array also. In that case, if mid 2 which become the n is the length of the second element, then do these things. Now if you got the 4 element, just you have to compare that whether my partition is correct or not. How we can do that? If this first array element, if this, we have to do condition. So if this first array element, this one, the first array wrapped max should be the second array right min, right? So this is the confusion. So if it is the less than equal this one, in other case the second array wrapped max should be equal to the first array right min, right? Something is okay. If so we decided that, okay, let me so first array wrapped max, this one should be less than this one, and this one, the second array max part, this should be less than the from this side, right, the diagonal side. If this is the case, we are good to find over the median. If this is not, so what could be there? So this first wrapped max, if it is greater than the second array right min, means if this condition is not true, so this condition is not, means this is not the favorable condition, so of course your this part is greater than that part. So now you think that if you this part means if you see the binary search, that what you are searching, that searching is on the left side, so you will not change the row, you will change the high, and high would be the mid 1 plus 1, right? Because you are only playing with the first array, second array is automatically divided with the help of this lines, okay? So we are not taking it for the second one, we are only taking for the first array. And otherwise, if your data in the right side, then keep the high as it is, and row make the high minus 1, and this mid 1 plus 1, right? Because you have to change the row, have to keep after the mid. So then now we will come here, if you get the favorable condition. So now you have to check if the length of m and n is the even. If the m plus n is the even, in the even case, what we discussed, that take the max of the left side and take the mean of the right side and divide it by 2, right? So then you have to return double math dot max, max from the both left side, right? This side, this one and this one, what is the max between the both, and make the addition between the math of mean among these two one of the both right side, what is the minimum, right? And then when you make the divide, divided by 2, right? So this is the case of if it is the even. If this is the odd, then no need to go for the right side, only you can take the left side, that's it. Right. So this is the complete code, but of course we will get the median. If it is not getting the any median, then we have to make this return correct, to something you return the minus, just making this condition true, right? So I think we have done that. Let me run the code. So if you run the code, so we have taken the 1, 3 and the 2. So it is saying that we have to give 1. Because in this 1 and 3 in the first array, and second is the 3, so of course 1, 2, 3 second will be there, right? Take our case, what we have checked in a whiteboard, right? Let me take that number 6, 9, 14, and second was that 4, 6, 9 and 14. So in this case, if you see that is a 10, so 7 plus 8, 7.5 should come, right? Let me check that. Yeah, perfectly working fine.